Now then, I'm absolutely covered in clay because it's that time of the year where I'm digging clay and processing it, and I've been throwing a few pots as well and just generally experimenting, but as a respite for that, now we've got here a Gtech, can't see it all but this is the important bit, got a Gtech battery vacuum cleaner. And you may remember that I said a while ago that I got one out of a skip. Yeah, with the charger plugged in. And it had a good battery. But there was a problem in here somewhere. Everything was going round apart from the brush roller. So from what I've seen on one of these auction sites, where you can buy things, buy it now, there are two things. There's either a gear or a belt. So that doesn't seem to be a problem because we could hear the motor going round. Anyway, my friend Gareth turned up last week to collect a load of bits, and he brought one of these, and it had a Duff battery. So we swapped batteries and away it went. Gave it a good cleaning out and it's a good one. So now we've got one with a Duff battery and a Duff drivetrain. So let's start with the battery, shall we? Because if you remember when I repaired the AEG battery and just took the cells out of a Dyson vacuum cleaner battery, and all is good, and that AEG battery is my battery drill, or cordless drill, is my go-to cordless now. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. The Makita that I've got is equally good, but it's heavier. So guess what? Yeah. So I'm hoping that on this Gtech, the BMS boards are of a decent quality, unlike the Dyson ones. So in this one, we've got to take the battery out and take it apart, as I did on that AEG battery. So let's have a look, and later on, if that's successful, I'll do another video on sorting out the drivetrain, because these are very handy and they're actually very good for what they are. Now then, if these batteries haven't been out for a long time, you think, oh, it won't come out, but they do. Yeah. You've got to press down like mad, yeah, and give it some serious. There. This one's been out recently, obviously, but the one that was in fact it was in this cleaner, wasn't? No, it wasn't. The one that was in the cleaner that Gareth brought, yeah, I had all on to get it out. So if you're not very strong, you think, oh, it's fixed, it won't come out. You have to get somebody else to give you a hand, because you know they've been there for maybe 10 years and they just don't want to come out, but they will. So that's that one. Right, looks like torque screws down in these little holes. So let's zoom in, yeah, and check this one out. So try this one. Won't even go down the hole, although I suspect it is the right size. This is the one that I use with Makita batteries. Right, let's try a different one. Ah, there we go. I thought I'd lost this, and then I'd put it away in the wrong place, but this one has got a little depression in the end. So some of these screws, they've got a little pokey bit that pokes up in the middle, which is absolutely pathetic. You buy a piece of equipment and then somebody says, no, you can't take it apart, you're not capable. I've done that rant before. So I'll shut up now. It's like those Makita... no, stop going on. Yes, I will. The Makita batteries, those got a timing chip. Yeah, that stops the battery from charging after so many cycles. You're not capable of sensing what's going on. We're going to have to look after you. You just give us loads of money. Right, good, at least we got all 6 screws, and there's not one that's got a plug in it or something like that, or a different screw type. Okay, I've just had a bit of a tidy up. There we go. Well, it's not glued in place, but I'm not sure how this... There we go. That's interesting. Okay. Now, is any of this screwed in place? We have a plug there. Hopefully they're not glued. It looks like they are though, which is there, that's glue. That's annoying. And don't know if you can see, yeah, down there's a big wedge of sticky glue. That is just bad form. Yeah, I'm assuming it's got Duff batteries, but looky here, this is interesting, it's got a fuse on the top. Yeah, and it's one of those spring fuses, so I'm assuming it's alright. Continuity, we have continuity. Yeah, the fuse is alright. I'm going to have to cut some of that glue away. Okay, that's interesting. I'm quite wary of this knife slipping because I'm putting quite a lot of force on it. Yeah. What is it? I can't remember. Is it Erico says, cut towards your body, not your body. Have I got through that? I think I've got through that. Let's turn this around. Right. Have we got any we got a bit of movement there on that pack, which is great. Yeah. Undo that screw that I didn't see when I was looking from the other way, and you were all screaming at me going, there's a screw there, undo it now. Undo that plug, see if that makes any difference. Yes, it does. Yeah. So let's just, can we get these others out? I thought I'd cut through this glue. I had. Right, I need a little fine screwdriver. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Bit of a bad form gluing them in. Okay, so what have we got? Well, it's about 20 volts, so, and there are 6 cells, so they're all in series. So what have we got here? Nothing. 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 So these cells are as flat as a flat thing on a flat day. Let us just plug that in and plug the charger in and see if we have any difference. Let's just see what we got here now. Well, we've got some rising voltage. It says 8 volts. It's all over the place. That says 2.3. This says nothing. That says 1. In my estimate, when things have got below 2, that says 1.2. That says 1. I think there and there. That says 1.3. When they get below 2, it's like, okay, these are not going to be reliable. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this on charge for about half an hour just to see. It would be nice if I don't have to replace all the cells, but I suspect I will have to. But I'll just do them one at a time. We've got quite a lot of balanced charging wires going across here, looks like these two batteries would be quite easy to change. And there's a balanced charging wire there. I think photographs as well would be handy. But I'm hoping this BMS is alright. I really am. We can probably do something with this. Okay, half an hour's gone by. And we'll just see what we've got here. We've got 5 volts there. 0.6, 0.3. Yeah. Okay. Even if there was one good one, change the lot. Okay, this is off a Dyson, and look, there is the micro switch. That is the on-off. I don't even know, it's so small, I doubt if we can zoom in on it. There it is. That's the on-off, wired directly to the BMS. There we go. Okay, so are these cells the same size? Right, I'm just going to, where have we got? We've got a negative to a positive, negative to positive. So we want that pair. So I'm going to cut through there, and I'm going to cut through there, and then I'll get back to you. So I've cut through there, and there we are. Now, will that pair fit in there? It will. Great. Yeah. So these will do. Okay, so we have got a positive and a negative joined together, which is the same as that. Okay. Got the positive there. It's that way round. Yeah, there's a negative because it's got no middle, and there's the positive. Okay, so we got that one there. So now we need to lift off. Yeah. Just have a look, see what we've got here. So that pair will replace that, and that wire there goes down to that join there, so that can get soldered on there. Before I do that though, I really would like to replace this middle pack. Yeah, so there's a join there, there's a charging cable there, but if I just put that screwdriver under there, I'm hoping I can just break those spot welds. Right, snide nose pliers. Okay, so that's one sort of broken off. Yeah. So what we've got there is we've got a negative there and we've got a positive there, and that positive goes to that negative. So let us just try and forget that. That was a complete and utter nightmare. So I've drawn it all out. Okay, so these are the two first ones, and we've got a green charging wire that goes to the bottom link. Then we have a pair there of cells with a link underneath again, negative to positive, positive to negative, and the other side the other way round. And here's all the balanced charging wires. There's the negative out, there's the positive through the fuse. So all we have to do is put a link between there and there and there and there, and we're using all the existing links, and then we can just solder in the balanced charging wires. That's a lot easier than messing around with trying to take things apart and insert new cells. We'll just make a whole new pack and then put the BMS on it. Now there's a bit of damage to the insulation of that. There we go. So, start again. We've got a link at the bottom, and we've got a positive and a negative. Yeah. Then on this side we have got a negative, which is the flat one, like that. So negative to positive with a link underneath. And then on this side we've got a positive there and a negative there with a link underneath, and that is it. Right, so we just need to tape all these together. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Yeah. So we've got that one contacts with that, and that one contacts with that. Fine. Yeah. And then underneath we've already got everything else already there. So we've only got to put two bridges on. And I've got some little strip here. Let me just move the camera a bit and zoom down a little bit. There. So as you see, as you saw, it's already, we're using all the links that were already there, apart from these two. And we've got this, which is some pretty heavy duty. In fact, that's a bit better. Yeah. So that wants to go from there to there. Yeah, and it needs to be cut off there. There we go. So there to there. Now let's zoom out, and we have, there's the battery and the spot welder, and here's the contacts. So let us just zoom down a bit on those contacts. Where are we? Here we are. So that goes there. We've just got a little raised area there, which we need to flatten out. Can we see? Hopefully we can see, but otherwise watch the video. That's spot welded there. And that's spot welded there. Grand. Okay, we're getting there. Now, should I remove that? I really think I should. So I'm just going to remove that because it'll be in the way for spot welding. Okay, I've removed those, and the little sharp bits I've hammered down to flatten them out. Okay. This is easier when there's not a camera in the way. And I'm going to spot weld that again. Okay, and then we'll come forward and spot weld this one again. It's this one. And I'll do some more now. Double them up. Okay, there we go. So now we can relate this lot to that lot. There's the positive, there's the positive, yeah, negative, negative. And then there's all these charge wires. So I think we can probably, it'd be nice if we could peel these off. Right, so move the camera down and round. So on that positive we could do with just easing that off. Okay, so it's come off. Great. So we could spot weld that back on. Yep. So this is the negative, and I just need to turn everything around like that, and then let's just try and peel this negative off. Well, there it is. It's not brilliantly successful, but let's come back up to the battery, and that goes on there and that goes on there. So we've got bits in the way again, so I'm just going to remove those. Good, they're both spot welded. Okay, excellent. Now I've got to do all these transfers of these charging cables, which is going to be a bit tricky. So let's come down onto the bench down here and zoom out a bit. Yeah, and then that comes down there. So we have this dark green one which goes to there. And will we spot weld that? No, we'll solder that, I think. Yeah. So we'll just cut a little tab out there and then we'll solder that onto the bottom of there. Yeah, green, and I'm assuming that's green because we've got a green and a dark green, a light green. Right, I've just soldered that on there. Okay, so now we can go the other way up according to the plan, and there's a black one which is there, yeah, which goes to that top there. So again, we will cut that out. Yeah. And then the black one wants to go there between a positive and a negative. Hopefully you're seeing this. It's almighty fiddly. So we need to hold that somewhere that won't short out against anything. There we go. Can we see? We can see, probably. Okay, that's tin there. Then that black one just goes on there like that. There. So light green goes to the top. There's the light green. Yeah. This seems to be working. It's a lot better than just trying to deal with it all in situ. But as you appreciate, I have slight difficulties with colours. Now let me just try and get this sorted. Will that come over? Will that come there? Yeah, that will come like that. Okay. So just want to ease that up slightly. Yeah. And the soldering iron's good and hot. Good. Done. Okay. Yeah. So what else have we got? We've got a yellow according to the plan, except we can't see the plan anymore. The yellow, yeah, there, goes between negative and positive, but down the bottom. Okay, so the yellow goes there. That's better. Yeah. Believe it or not, this soldering iron came out of the scrapyard. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I put a fuse in it. Somebody had obviously robbed the fuse for something else and then forgotten or didn't care, or yeah. So the white, according to the plan, goes there. So I've used that a lot, and as you can see, and there it was, just laid in a load of wire. Yeah, it wouldn't have taken much more for it to be crushed and lost forever. So the white one comes down, this is the bottom, that's the yellow one, this is the white one. I can see this will be quite a bitty edit. It'll take a lot of work, and we've got to remember now we're dealing with charged batteries. Come here, you. Can we see? We can see. Get some solder on there. Turn it round like that. Bend it over a little bit. Okay, have we done it? Right, get that solder out the way. This is the heat sensor, and it went down there. I think they're all connected, but that's not how they sit in the box. Okay. That goes there. Like that. These ones fold out like that. Right, that was far too fiddly to film. Yeah, so I've got those back in there, and I've got the charging socket all plugged in, and here's the power socket plugged in. Right, so now at that point there, we should have something like, let me just unplug this soldering iron. Yeah, 23 volts. Hopefully you can read that upside down. So we are there. We've got the fuse. We've got the BMS, we've got everything wired up. Those cells just need to push down a bit more. There we go. Right, so where's the screws? Let's have a tidy up first. Let's move a few things out of the way. This all goes to prove that you've got to take your time doing this. You watch me do this, and obviously what you've seen is how not to do it. But draw it out with your connections and your BMS colours, and whether the connection's on the top or whether it's on the bottom. Interestingly though, I only had to make that connection and that connection. That one there between the bottom of those batteries and there was already there because I got it out of another pack. a Dyson pack. So I think that fuse is fine. There we are. Yep, grand. I'm going to put the screws back and then we'll try it in the unit. Let's hope. Right. One battery in place. One switch. That's great. That's part one of this repair. Fiddly, I would, as I've said throughout, I found out different ways of doing it, but definitely you've got to just take a bit more time than I did. Now you've seen what the problems are, you can then think, okay, we're going to do it this way, but this is incredibly handy. One of the main things I've learned from this is don't use it on an absolutely fully charged battery. Have it just slightly discharged. Fully charged tends to burn holes in the tops of the cells. But slightly discharged, there's not quite so much current. And I'll put a link to this, to the build of this, on my videos. But it was a guy called Dark Kevin. That's his channel, and in my video I do link to him, because when you get an idea off YouTube, it's only polite to reference it to where you got the information from. That way, you know, just, it's a sign of appreciation, isn't it? Right, I will catch up with you very soon. Cheers for now.